Okay, good afternoon, friends. Good morning to, let's just say good morning, good afternoon, good evening to one and all. It's a wonderful Sunday afternoon, October 24. And welcome po to another episode of Bonding with Reelj. And this afternoon, okay, we are so happy that we would have another wonderful topic to share with you this afternoon. We have a very dynamic and a very young uh, doctor to share a very helpful tip to all of us this afternoon. But as we would always start, okay, before we kick off with our topic this afternoon, okay, let excuse me, excited na po, nabubulol. Okay. Let us first have a very short meditation. Okay, as we would always have. Now, if you have your Bibles with you, okay, I would like to ask you to open with me on Isaiah chapter 64, verse 8. Our short meditation for this afternoon at siya po ay nag-blink like that. Okay, saglit lang po. I-end screen natin yan and then ulitin natin. Many of us would like to become vessels, channel of blessings to many, right? So Isaiah 64 verse 8 says, "Yet you, Lord, are our Father. We are the clay, you are the potter. We are all the work of your hand." This is the word of the Lord. My dear friends, many of us would be, or if I would like to, or if I would ask ourselves, or if I would ask you, okay, would you like to become a channel of blessing? I am very sure that all of us would like to be a blessing to many people, as well as we would like also to be blessed. Uh, So this afternoon, I would like to share to you three short things on how we can be a blessing to others. But before we do that, I would like to ask us, is there a difference between wanting God to use us and making ourselves usable? Wanting God to use us and making ourselves usable. Is there a difference between the two? Well, my dear friends, there is a very big difference because number one, when we ask God to use us, most of the time we want God to adjust to our pre-arranged plans, right? We are asking the Lord, Lord, use me, okay? Lord, use me, and here is my agenda. Here is my plan. But on the other hand, if we ask the Lord to make us a usable vessel, okay, to make ourselves usable, then we are telling the Lord, Lord, what is your plan? Here am I, use me. I am willing to adjust to your plans. I am willing to adjust to any situation that you are going to give me, and I'm willing to bloom wherever you want me to bloom. Okay? Because as we would always say, you know, as as we have a saying, or the not just a saying, but a verse, Proverbs 19:21, many are the plan in a man's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails. We all have plans, but at the end of the day, it is the Lord's plan that will be carried out. So the first thing that we should remember if we want to become uh, a usable vessel, okay, is that number one, we should understand that we have been created as vessels. We have been created as vessels. Romans, Romans chapter 9, nagluloko po ang aking mouse. Okay. Romans chapter 9, verse 21 says, "Does not the potter have the right to make out of the same lump of clay some pottery for special purposes, and some for common uses. So meaning to say, my dear friends, Romans 9:29 reminds us that all of us have our specific roles to play. Some of us have important roles to play, and some of us are just have common roles to play. But it does not mean, my dear friends, that if your role is important or special purpose or not, you are not special anymore. You are not significant anymore. We all are the same. Okay? Significant lahat tayo. But this afternoon, no, we have a dear friend, okay? A dear friend and a sister in faith who would play the role of a special pot ngayong hapon. She is a special vessel for all of us this afternoon because she will be used by the Lord to bless us. And paano niya po tayo mabibless this afternoon? Hang on and enjoy with us this afternoon, no? As we ask the Lord, what does the Lord want our vessels to be filled? So lahat po tayo ngayon na mga viewers are all in the situation na common use po tayo ngayon. No? Our friend later on will be using the special purpose that God has placed her with. Okay? So number one, understand that we have been created as vessels. So lahat po tayo unique na mga vessel. Okay? So para po maging useful tayo, number two, sa 2 Timothy chapter 2 verse 21, this would tell us, if anyone cleanses himself from what is dishonorable, he will be a vessel for honorable use, set apart as holy, useful to the master of the house, ready for every good work. Okay? So for us to become usable vessel, my dear friends, we should be clean. We should be clean. Sino po ba sa atin dito ang gustong gumamit ng baso na marumi? Would you like to use a pitcher that is not washed? Diba? Meron nga iba dyan, kahit konting dot lang na maitim, uhugasan kagad. Diba? Kasi usi. No? So, all of us does not want or do not want to use anything that is unclean. Right? So, how much more our Master? The Lord wants us to become clean vessel, usable clean vessel, so that we can be honorable sa iba. So paano po tayo magiging clean? Paano po tayo mahugasan? Hindi po sapat yung alcohol and sabon. Okay? Hindi po tayo mga virus, but we can be a very excellent source of virus. Di ba? Bad influence tayo sa iba. Nakikita ko po yung ngiti ng ating speaker sa downstage. For sure, natatawa, relate na relate. No? Kasi when she was young po, isa po siya sa mga, if I would say, extended family namin sa chaplain's office before, because her cousin is one of our extended staff sa chaplain's office. And I'm sure she can remember all the types of vessels, mga adapted namin sa chaplain's office, no? Lahat na yata ng mga, ng mga uri ng tao noon, no? And but I'm very happy that all of those kids before in our office are now professionals. Are now professionals, whether they were PWDs, they were constant bagsak sa mga subjects nila, but they are all succeeding, or they are all now successful people, no, sa kanilang mga professions, because they acknowledge the presence of the Lord sa kanila. They allow themselves to be cleaned every day. So paano po tayo magiging clean vessel? We should constantly ask the Lord for forgiveness. We should constantly acknowledge the presence of the Lord sa buhay natin, no, para maging clean vessel po tayo. And thirdly, para po maging usable tayo, we must syempre be available. We should be available. John chapter 15 verse 5 says, I am the vine, you are the branches. If you remain in me and I in you, you will bear much fruit. Apart from me, you cannot do nothing. Apart from me, you cannot do nothing. So mga kaibigan at mga kapatid, mga kaibigan at mga kapatid, hear ye. Right? So the Lord is telling us this afternoon, my dear friends, that without Him, we are useless. Without Him, we are useless. And in order for us to be fruitful, no matter how big or small our role in this world is, lahat po tayo special. And this afternoon, we are so blessed. We are so blessed that we have with us, as I've said earlier, a very dynamic person, a very simple lady, okay? Very much rooted sa Panginoon. Okay, i-close ko na po itong ating, eto. Very much rooted sa ating Panginoon. Oh, magandang hapon, inaanak o kabuntot. Kabuntot. Alvin, magandang hapon po. Ay, huwag kang umalis diyan, ha? Straight from Mindoro po siya, mga kaibigan, no? Huwag kang umalis diyan. Kailangan niyo ni Ihada itong topic natin ngayong hapon. Okay? So, as I was saying, our guest for this afternoon, we are so blessed. We are so blessed that she has a very big heart, not only for all of us, but especially for the ministers and sa ating lahat, because she allowed herself to be free this afternoon. No? When I shared to her our purpose and invited her, she never had second thoughts, but she said, yes, I am willing and I am excited. Also, I would like to thank Ambassador Garibay. Tito Norman, maraming salamat po for allowing us to connect again. No? Sabi ko nga, the name is very familiar. Only to find out we have met na pala when my hair was still thick, and she was still in the College of Medicine during that time. Her advocacy, mga kaibigan, is in leading people towards preventing, managing, and reversing chronic conditions through lifestyle invention. Lifestyle invention. So, as much as possible, kung pwede palang maiwasan yung gamot, iiwasan. And this afternoon, alamin po natin kung paano maiiwasan yung gamot, paano maiiwasan yung hospital sa pamamagitan. Ayan, I am very poor in Tagalog. Ihado, Alvin, pasensya ka na, ha? Okay? By our lifestyle. Okay? So our lifestyle nowadays is all foods and everything, but how will our lifestyle affect us? How will our emotions affect us? No? Last July, meron po tayong guest, si Tita Omega. She started talking about emotional intelligence. So ipagpatuloy po natin ngayong hapon yung part 2 ng emotional intelligence, pero sad to say po hindi na po si Tita Omega, but one of her wonderful and beautiful students will be joining us this afternoon. No? She is, ayaw niyang banggitin ito, pero babanggitin ko pa rin. Okay? Kasi wala siyang magawa. Sa downstage siya. Okay? She had her training in the emotional intelligence She is an emotional intelligence certified facilitator trained under David Corey of the Emotional Intelligence Training Company Canada in 2021. And she is also a licensed doctor. Ayan. So ngayon po, kailangan po talaga natin, no? Hindi lang basta-basta kasabihan, but certified doctor. And she is also the founder and CEO of Wholistic MD. So ano po itong Wholistic MD? Siya na po ang tatanungin natin maya-maya, and I can talk more and more about her. But my dear friends, help me po in welcoming Dr. Arleen Joy Vallejo. Ayan,
Wow!
Doc.
May
Surprise!
pasabog na clap. Surprise!
Ayan, good
Sir, thank you
afternoon,
so
Doc.
much. Good afternoon, and thank you for the invitation. I am honored and blessed that you have invited me to this YouTube show of yours. No, Pastor, it's really good to reconnect with you. I know na hindi mo ako na-acknowledge the first time tayo
Yes, oo.
nag-usap, but I am
Mm,
101% sure we have met before, and I have to remind you I was that girl in med school uniform.
yeah, the petite
Yes.
morena girl that would visit us and endorse your cousin si John, and then susunduin na naman siya after to see to it na
Yes.
he is in good
Back in
condition.
2004. No, that
Yeah,
was long time ago,
2004, correct,
Pastor.
oo.
Yes, yes.
So, indeed, time flies so fast. No? So,
Hmm.
okay. Mga kaibigan, no, as you join us today, wag po kayong mahiya to dot-dot or put your comments at the comment section. Okay? So that for sure marami po kayong katanungan a little bit later. So, wag po kayong mahiya. Okay? Ay maulan daw sa Mindoro. Ingat ka, Ihado. No? Ang mga kabuntot mo diyan, mag-advertise ka diyan sa ano mo sa vlog mo na mag-join sa atin dito ngayon para vlogger din po itong inaanak kong si Kabuntot. Inaanak ko
Oo,
sa
hello.
kasal.
Hello sa
From
Mindoro.
Mindoro. From Mindoro. 1,000 plus yung subscribers niyan pero hindi ako binibigyan kahit dalawa. No, joke. Love you, ina. Okay,
Collab,
so,
collab na lang, collab.
correct. Oo. Yun nga po, Doc, sabi ko kanina, no, 'pag naging successful yung mga anak-anakan ko, eh, parang successful na rin po ako,
Yes.
'di ba?
Yes.
'Yan. So,
Yes.
Doc, I was asking earlier, what is holistic MD?
Oh, Holistic MD actually. So, ano tayo, ano muna, backtrack. So,
Yeah.
when I graduated in CPU, Pastor, that was 2008. Nag-specialize ako in internal medicine at Iloilo Mission Hospital. And then after I graduated in internal medicine, I came across this lifestyle medicine. So I got interested kasi lifestyle medicine does not only um, uh, compared to conventional medicine, lifestyle medicine is actually the foundation of the conventional medicine. Ito yung mga internal medicine, no? Yung mga pediatrics, mga surgery. No? So yung lifestyle medicine, we use the 6 pillars to treat the disease. No? You can treat the disease, you can halt the disease, or even reverse it. So ito yung you address the nutrition, physical activity, no, stress, relationships, no, sleep, and use of alcohol and other substances. And so after studying lifestyle medicine in the US in 2018, when I went back, I had this big dream of having a place of my own where I can cater patients na not only yung hindi siya hospital setting, hindi yung may sakit na sila, but even before they get sick, you can already intervene, no? Or if they are sick, you can treat them in a different na setting. Para lang siyang bahay or para siyang garden, parang ganun yung vision ko. And last year, meron akong parang vision na gusto ko nasa dagat, parang relaxing siya na place na people can come and learn about their disease, learn how to get well, how to improve their conditions. No, halimbawa if you are a diabetic, and how can you lower down your blood sugar? If you're a hypertensive, how can you lower down your blood pressure? No, other than drinking your medications. No, ito naman, mga therapeutic lifestyle interventions yung mga binibigay natin sa kanila. And this August of 2021, no, madaming prayers, madami pang mga syempre mga process, marami pang moments of considering all these things, no. And eventually this August we opened this company called Wholistic MD. So we have a Holistic MD Lifestyle Medicine Center in Mandurriao. We opened this simultaneously with two other doctors, Dr. Thea Castillo and Dr. Tash Castillo in Gimbal, and also one in Antique. And grabe si Lord, no, even during this time of pandemic, when the companies are closing down, when the companies are, having trouble, the Lord has given me this beautiful vision, very clear vision, that it is the right time to operate on this big dream, no. And well, by faith, no, sabi ko nga leap of faith siya. Sabi ko sa testimony ko when we opened the Holistic MD Center na you may not have all the resources that you need. You might feel that you are not ready, but when the Lord tells you to go, you have to go. So because the Lord will surely provide and He will sustain it. No, so yun yung story niya, Pastor. So Holistic MD is a company that I opened that is our services that we offer are therapeutic lifestyle interventions for non-communicable diseases. Ito yung mga diabetes, hypertension, stroke, COPD, obesity, fatty liver, and many others. Now, this includes mga, I was inspired by Dr. Omega to go to study also emotional intelligence. That's why I'm here ngayon because I was really inspired na ito yung makakatulong din sa akin on how to improve my services to my patients as well as I can help patients cope with whatever diseases they have using also emotional intelligence. So, yung Holistic MD, ito yung company that we do not only treat you with your disease, but we treat you as a whole. So we treat you holistically. Ito yung
Mm.
ibig niyang sabihin, physically, emotionally, spiritually. So we also do counseling, for patients with mental health issues. We have activities also for to improve relationship among families, among workers, among people who are depressed, especially during this time of pandemic. We have weekend getaways. We have linked with some nice places in Antique where you can have a vacation while having your program. So, para lang siyang nagbabakasyon ka, Pastor Reelj, and then you go home with improved blood sugar and cholesterol and blood pressure, parang ganun. So, parang hitting two birds with one stone. No. So, yun
Kaya
yung
holistic.
mga, yes, very holistic siya. So, yung mga programs namin doon, Pastor, is we have weight loss program, we have programs for fatty liver, diabetes reversal, no, for hypertension. We do one-on-one counseling and group counseling for patients with specific diseases. So, yun yung ano
Yan.
ng Holistic MD.
Yan,
Yan.
ang mga diabetic dyan.
Yes,
Manood
yes.
kayo. Okay, so I'm very sure that you are excited to listen and to know more about holistic. How can we have a happy life? So you can have a happy life. So by having holistic MD plus emotional intelligence. So
Yes.
paano
Oo.
mo natin ililink yan? So without further ado, my dear friends, healthy pa naman. Huwag kang masyadong magpakasiguro, ihado. Akala natin healthy tayo, pero ang food habits pala natin very hell na, no? Ayan, so sige. Huwag po kayong mahiya mga kaibigan, no? If you cannot kasi ang pagkakaalam ko kasi 'pag wala kang account sa YouTube, hindi ka makaka-comment, no? You need to have a channel sa YouTube to comment, no? But, sa mga friends po sa Facebook, no, you can also ask your questions doon sa Facebook na chat group or PM sa Facebook. And for have, those who can put their comments and can type their comments, wag po kayong mahiya, okay? Wag po kayong mahiya na mag-type ng comments ninyo so that we can ask Doc Arleen after the presentation niya. So, Doc, take it
I will
away.
try my best. Okay. So, is my slide showing na, Pastor?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Doc.
Okay, so good afternoon once again. Good morning sa mga nasa ibang bansa. And Nong Reelj, thank you so much for inviting me this afternoon to share about emotional intelligence and also for introducing what Holistic MD is, no, sa channel mo. And I am indeed very blessed and very honored that I can share with you this afternoon about emotional intelligence. So I think this is a very unique topic. No, I entitled it healing your relationship with food. No, for sure, marami tayong conflicts with different relationships. No, it could be relationship with the family, relationship sa workplace, no, relationship with friends, relationship um, with where we are, no, or even to ourselves. But this afternoon, we will talk about our relationship with food. No, in Holistic MD, kasi we are very, very um, uh, tawag dito, we are advocates of healthy eating talaga. And we are journeying with our patients on how to um, achieve a healthy lifestyle. No, we believe that a big chunk of this lifestyle, no, and even the lifestyle diseases comes from food, no, and our relationship with food. So this afternoon, we will merge emotional intelligence with our eating habits. So that's why I entitled it as Healing Your Relationship with Food. So, if you are not familiar with lifestyle medicine, earlier I told you about it. Yung lifestyle medicine uses the six pillars or approaches the treatment of diseases using the six pillars. One is nutrition, two, exercise, three, stress, four, substance abuse, five, sleep, and six is relationships. No, and we can see that even with our relationship with our food, no, our nutrition, stress is related, exercise is related, substance abuse is related, no, sleep is related, and even our relationships, no, these are all interrelated to one another. And so let me start with saying that food is medicine. And in lifestyle medicine, we really encourage predominantly whole plant-based food that are rich in fiber and nutrient dense. No, so these are your vegetables, your fruits, your beans, your lentils, your whole grains, your nuts, and your seeds. And of course, lifestyle medicine is a medical approach that uses evidence based behavioral interventions to treat and manage chronic diseases related to lifestyle. Sabi ko nga, if lifestyle is the problem, then lifestyle is the medicine. So, the use of lifestyle interventions in the treatment and management of diseases. No? So, halimbawa, if a person comes in and meron siyang diabetes, no, we will see what he is eating. Ano yung mga kinakain niya? Ano yung mga eating habits niya? Ano yung background niya? Ano ba yung work niya? Bakit ganito? This is how he eats. No? And of course, we will encourage that person to do some physical activity. We will address the stress. We will address the relationships, his sleep, and the use of avoided substances. No? So, emotional intelligence on the other hand, kasi imi-merge natin sila, um, is a set of emotional and social skills that collectively establish how well we perceive and express ourselves, develop and maintain social relationships, cope with challenges, and use emotional information in an effective and meaningful way. So I am very sure Tita Omega has already explained this very well, and I have listened to some of her videos, and I really enjoyed how she discussed emotional intelligence. No? And I also have had several lessons with her with emotional intelligence. And I can really say that developing your EI or your EQ will really help you become successful in many aspects of life. So, emotional intelligence is not only for overcoming emotional eating habits, but also for our food choices, weight loss, and our overall health. So, sa mga listeners natin, how many are you are struggling with weight problems, no? Pwedeng underweight, pwedeng overweight, pwedeng obese, no? How many of you have non-communicable diseases? These are preventable. Your diabetes, hypertension, high cholesterol, fatty liver, no, kidney diseases, chronic kidney diseases, no, and many others. No. And how many are you who are suffering from stress and anxiety right now? So, and how do we manage these stressors? No? How do we manage our stress? How do we approach these stressors? No? So, we can see in this slide that our thoughts, no, are connected with our feelings, and that these are connected with our actions and our behaviors. No, if you have this negative thought, this will influence your feelings. Now, this will also give you negative feelings. Now, and of course, when you feel negative, your actions and your behaviors will also show negative actions. So, this is the cycle that we are going through every day. And of course, our thoughts, our feelings, our actions, and our behaviors are very, very crucial to our overall health. So this is the success formula. An individual success at work and life is 80% EQ and 20% IQ. No? Bakit ang daming research ngayon that tells us this will make you lose weight, that will make you lose weight, no? Or these are the medications that were formulated to make you lose weight or to make you healthier. This medication will make you um, uh, healthy, or you will not get sick if you are taking this now. Pero hindi siya 100% successful. Why is it that no matter how many successful medications or successful programs that we have, kulang pa din, no? It is because we miss out on a very, very important factor, and that is emotional quotient or emotional intelligence. So this is the formula: 20% IQ plus 80% EQ. So, emotional eating. Are you familiar ba with emotional eating? It is when you eat food to cope with difficult emotions. With difficult emotions, no? Oh, I feel bad today. I want to eat ice cream. No? Or I feel sad today. I didn't pass the exam. I want to eat cake. No? Or sometimes wala lang. I just don't feel well today. I want to eat something. I wanna eat fries. No? So emotions and stress impact how and what we eat. And it is typical to eat a lot more than your body needs when you are emotionally unstable. So eating behaviors are driven by more than just physical hunger and taste preference. So how do you know if you are an emotional eater? No? So these are some of the questions. Do you eat more when you are feeling stressed? Do you eat when you're not hungry or when you're full? Do you eat to feel better, to calm or soothe yourself when you are sad, when you are bored, when you are mad, or when you're anxious? Do you reward yourself with food? You're happy, you passed the exam, you achieved this and that, you had this happy news today, so you have to go and reward yourself with food. Or do you regularly eat until you stuff yourself? Does food make you feel safe? Do you feel like your food is a friend? Or do you feel powerless or out of control around food? So whenever may food, you cannot really stop yourself. Kakain ka talaga even if you are not full, if you are not hungry. So here we will differentiate hunger na emotional and hunger that is physical. Emotional hunger comes on suddenly, no? Parang bigla ka na lang ginutom, no? And it feels like it needs to be satisfied instantly. You have to get it. It should be this specific food. It craves for a specific comfort food. If it's not ice cream, it will not. It will not. I will not feel full. If it's not cake, I will not feel good after that. No? Emotional hunger isn't satisfied with a full stomach. Kahit busog ka na, you still want to eat. And emotional eating triggers feelings of guilt, powerlessness, and shame. After eating a lot, parang feeling mo, naku, kumain na naman ako ng madami. Tataas na naman yung blood sugar ko. Tataas na naman yung cholesterol ko. No? While on the other hand, physical hunger comes on gradually. Physical hunger can wait, no? Minsan if you are hungry pero hindi ka pa makakain, pwede kang you can wait a little longer, no? Physical hunger is open to options. Lots of things sound good, no? Kahit ano lang, basta may makain, no? Para may laman yung tiyan, para mabusog. And physical hunger stops when you are full. Pag busog ka na, wala na, nawawala na yung feeling na yon. Unlike sa emotional hunger, busog ka na, pero that feeling kanina before you eat is still there. Eating to satisfy physical hunger does not make you feel bad about yourself. No? After eating, okay, busog na ako. No? You don't feel anything. You don't feel guilty. You don't feel powerless. You don't feel shame. No? So, this is the emotional eating cycle. Let's start the uh, from the emotion that is sad. No, something happens that upsets you. Okay, and then afterwards, you feel an overwhelming urge to eat. Kakain ako because I am upset. No? And then you eat more than you know you should. So kain ka ng kain, you're not monitoring what you're eating as long as you feel good while you are eating and you want to eat more. And then after that, you will feel guilty and powerless over the food. Parang, hindi ko napigilan talaga, naubos ko talaga isang pint or isang litro ng soft drinks, isang pint ng ice cream, no? So, it's a cycle, no? And it won't stop until you do something. So the root of the problem here is actually not hunger, but the unmanaged stress and emotions. Let us see this cycle, or if we address the root of the problem, ano yung masosolve natin na mga problems even before they occur. Okay. This is a person, probably stressed siya, no? Yung itsura niya, parang malungkot siya, no? Nakikita niyo yung brows niya, bagsak ang face niya, no? So this person is stressed, no? And so he's trying a lot of food, he's eating unhealthy food, no? Overeating na siya, he forgets water. Sometimes he would skip food, no? And we don't know what he's struggling with, pero nakikita mo he's trying some fad diets. So because he is eating a lot, he is overeating, he eventually became overweight or obese, no? And after that, nung nag-overweight and obese na siya, yung mga organs niya started to feel that there's something wrong na doon, no? So yung mga organs niya naapektuhan na, nag-fatty liver na siya, no? Nag-develop na siya ng maraming, nag-store na siya ng maraming visceral fats, yung blood sugar niya tumaas na, yung blood pressure niya tumaas na, cholesterol, no? And so we know that when you are overweight or obese, we are at risk to many diseases like cancer, even mood disorders, no? Heart diseases, reproductive disorders, liver diseases, hypertension, diabetes, and many others. No? From that stressed person na kumain ng marami and became obese and overweight, he needs to go to the doctor kasi may nararamdaman na siya inside that's not right. No? Probably may mga symptoms na siya. And when he went to the doctor, he was given medications, of course, no? And other than that, there's a request for blood test. He was advised weight loss, exercise, diet. And upon knowing this, mas nadagdagan pa yung stress niya, no? So he has to spend money, nakikita mo yung hospital bill, yung savings niya that was supposedly for vacation, he spent overnight in the hospital to get the test and to get to be observed. So mas from that stress, kumain siya, he became overweight, he has to go to the doctor, he has to take medications, he has to do laboratories, he has to go to the hospital, he has to spend his savings. That added some more stress to that person. Yan, nakikita mo na that person has a lot of emotions, no? Overwhelming na yung stress niya. So what will you do because you are stressed? Kasi yung style niya, pag stress siya, he is overeating, no? Kain ka pa ng kain, no? And you are not mindful of what you are eating. So the root of the problem here is not the willpower para mag-adapt ng healthy na lifestyle or to eat healthy. The root of the problem here is the unmanaged stress and the emotions. No? Ganun siya ka-related sa health natin. So the solution here is for this person to manage the stress and the emotions. So, like Tita Omega always reminds me na what are your emotions? Do not justify, just acknowledge them. Just feel them, recognize them. So what are your emotions for the week? Yun yung always question niya sa akin every time we meet. So we met um every Thursdays for several months before. So ito yung first question niya every time. Ano Arlene yung mga feelings mo ngayon? Ito ano yung mga emotions mo this week? Without explanation, you just mention them one by one. Ganun siya ka-important. No? So, emotional intelligence, again, yung na-mention natin kanina, is a set of emotional and social skills para so that we will collectively establish how we perceive and express ourselves. No? Higher EI can lead to healthier food choices and even to help us maintain a healthy weight. So makikita natin diyan sa wheel ng emotional intelligence, we have 5 scales, no? Ito yung self-perception, self-expression, interpersonal, decision-making, and stress management. So related talaga siya sa lifestyle natin, itong emotional intelligence. And this is a very, very important armamentarium in our approach, no, on how to achieve a healthy lifestyle. So if you research on feelings list, ang dami pala ng mga feelings, no? Most of the time when you are asked, how are you? No? Kumusta ka na? So you say, okay lang, I'm good, I'm great, thanks. Or you say, ganun pa din. No? So, and then we don't talk about it. So, ito yung feelings na na list. Actually, you can grab a copy, you can just research it, no? Madami naman siyang pwede mo siyang i-Google and look at every feelings na listed doon. And then for this week, you can try get hold of a notebook na parang maging EI notebook mo, and then you acknowledge these feelings. Whenever you feel a certain feeling, you just write them down. No, kung hindi mo siya ma-verbalize what it is, tignan mo yung feelings list, baka nandun siya. And no matter ano yung na-feel mo, just acknowledge it and write it, no? So that you will be able to identify and name your emotions accurately. So this is a very fundamental skill in EI. And etong mga yung listing na to actually takes time for you to have a grasp, no? Ako nga nung first time kong pinagawa ni Doc Omega to sa akin, it seemed parang weird siya that you are writing your emotions, no? So you improve through practice, and you have to do it regularly para masanay ka, no? Set time aside each day to tune in and identify what you are feeling in the moment. I feel sad, or I feel tired, or I'm fatigued, or I feel embarrassed. So you just make a list of all your feelings, or I'm angry, or I'm excited. So you just make a list and see how your emotions are going, no, through the week. It is also important to identify your emotional triggers. No? What are the situations, events, places, or feelings that make you reach for the comfort food? So, whenever stress ka, pinagalitan ka, you didn't finish your module, or marami pa yung modules ng mga anak mo, frustrating na yung work kasi you can't go to work anymore, nasa bahay na lang, or you want to work also at home, ay ayaw mo nang lumalabas kasi nakaka-stress yung pagsuot ng mga mask, ang yung mga PPEs na yan, no? We have so many emotional triggers, no? This brings yung mga triggers na 'to, ito yung situations, places, or feelings that make us reach for your comfort food, no? Ito yung mga unpleasant feelings, ito yung mga, tawag dito, itong yung mga emotions na nagti-trigger na parang gusto mong kumain, gusto mong maghanap ng comfort food, no? Or they could also be positive emotions like achievements, no? Or a happy or a milestone or an event, no? That recently happened, no? So, pwedeng positive or negative emotions naman yung mga triggers natin. So let's identify common causes of emotional eating. Number one talaga si stress, no? And stress, pag stress tayo, we nag-shoot up yung cortisol natin, and the cortisol will trigger cravings for salty, for sweet and fried foods, no? Para mag-rush yung parang magbibigay sa atin ng burst of energy and pleasure, no? Pag stress tayo, that's the reason why we look for ice cream or cake or ano mga mga junk food, ito yung mga snacks natin, no? So because they are salty, they are sweet, no? So emotional stuffing emotions also can cause emotional eating. Ito yung mga emotions mo tinatago mo lang, no? Nagpa-pile up na sila. So eating can be a way to temporarily silence uncomfortable emotions. Sometimes you are not ready to deal with it. Sometimes we don't want to deal with it or we want to avoid it. So we just keep them, no. The bad thing though with stuffing emotions or piling them up is that pag punong-puno na siya, sasabog talaga siya, no. That's the bad part of stuffing emotions. How about boredom? Ito, maraming mga youngsters ngayon na nagko-consult sa Holistic MD. They have eating problems, pero if you dig in more sa mga stories nila, it actually boils down to boredom, no. They say na parang yung life nila is a standstill, yung bored sila because they can't go to school, they can't go to the malls, they can't go to the beach, or they can't go anywhere they want to. So itong boredom na to makes them want to eat more or spend most of their time eating, no, kahit hindi naman kailangan. So eating simply to give yourself something to do, para may gagawin ka lang, and to relieve boredom, no? Or it's a way to occupy your mouth and your time. Wala lang. Para may ginagawa lang, no? Wala kang magawa, kain. And there's a lot of people na pag tinatanong ko, whenever, how do you handle your stress? How do you manage your stress? Number one na sagot, 99% of the time, kain. No? Kain. They really eat, no? Because they are bored or they are stressed. Social influence also can cause emotional eating, no? Getting together is a great way to relieve stress. Pero napansin nyo, for us Filipinos, getting together means fiesta. Getting together means there's a lot of food, more than we can eat, no? But it can also lead to overeating. Kasi minsan nag-enjoy ka na, hindi ka na mindful na madami na yung kinain mo, or you are already full pero kasi nag enjoy pa. Or nahiya ka na ikaw na lang yung hindi kumakain. That's why we tend to eat more than what we need. So, if that's the problem, we need to find a solution, no? We need to develop strategies. Number one, observe yourself. Ito yung tanong, what's going on inside me at this moment? Don't analyze it, just watch. Just tignan mo lang kung what's going on at the moment. Ano yung mga nararamdaman mo? What are your emotions at that moment? Number two, develop a new coping skill. So ito yung pag-uusapan natin later, yung mga skills, no, ng emotional intelligence. Other than eating, you have to develop a different skill, or you have to divert yourself to do something other than eating. You might want to go out and walk with your dog, or you may want to just sit somewhere and have me time, or you might want to go swimming to relax, no, and forget about the food. And third is, of course, you have to value yourself. Tell yourself that you matter. Make make set times during the day to remind yourself that you're a great person. You tell yourself that you're special, you are wonderful, you are lovable, and you are loved. So knowing that you value yourself. At yung palagi kong sinasabi when I do the counseling, no, why do you want to become healthy? What's your value? Most of the times, doc, I'm a mother. I have my children are still small. I am the breadwinner. If I can't go back to my work because of my diabetes, or because of my kidney disease or my liver problem, my family will not have enough um, support, because I'm the breadwinner. Ito yung this is how they value yung selves nila. They need to be healthy because may value sila sa family. They have values sa church. Sabi ko nga, what if the pastor will get sick? No? What happens to the church? What if the church members are all sick? No? What happens to the ministry? So ito yung mga value natin. We have to remind ourselves of our value wherever we are, because that will motivate us to stay strong and to stay healthy, because we are needed in the community, we are needed in the family, we are valued in where we are. So developing strategies are very, very important. Another is to eat slowly. Pag mabilis kang kumain, you don't know kung marami na yung kinain mo or hindi. You cannot digest well. Hindi din siya, tawag dito, parang distracted ka kasi yung isip mo, nagmamadali ka na kasi may pupuntahan ka. You are not focused with what you are eating. No? So we advise that you eat mindfully, being aware of what you are eating. What's the smell of what you are eating? No? Ano yung mga ingredients na, ano yung mga nakikita mong colors? And what are the benefits that you get from the food that you are eating? So fifth is you plan ahead. Ano yung planning ahead? Ito yung mga gagawin mo whenever you are tempted to stress eat. When you are stressed, pag stressed ako, tendency ko, I will go to the fast food. No? So whenever you are stressed, you must have a plan. Ano yung una kong gagawin? Sige, hindi muna ako kakain. I will drink water first. Okay, I will take a walk for 5 minutes and see if I'm really hungry. Or I'll call a friend, magkukwento kami ng 20 minutes para makalimutan ko na gutom, na feeling ko gutom ako. And make comfort food healthier. Ito yung advice ko palagi na whenever you store food at home, sa pantry or sa refrigerator, store healthy food. Para pag stressed ka, when you open the refrigerator or the pantry, you will grab healthy food. Kasi pag unhealthy food din yung stock mo, for sure, unhealthy din yung kakainin mo. And that again will make you overweight, it will make you unhealthy, it will make you obese, and it will make you develop a lot of diseases, no? From the emotions, no? From the emotions to being overweight or obese, grabe yung relationship niya. So the question there is, are you really hungry? So this picture was sent to me by Doc Omega. I have a lot of memories of her talaga, no? So you're not hungry, you're bored, shut the door. So ito yung nilalagay ng mga nagda-diet daw sa fridge nila, so that whenever they open the refrigerator, they will be reminded that they are not hungry. Bored lang sila, so they open the refrigerator. No? You are not hungry, you are just bored. Drink a glass of water and learn the difference. This is also one strategy that you can do. No? So, yung water, di ba, wala ka namang calories doon. So, drink a lot of water pag hungry ka. If nawala siya, you're just thirsty. Some people would go to the mirror and tell themselves, no, you're not hungry, you're just bored. You're not hungry, you're just bored. You're not hungry, you're just bored. No? Just to remind themselves na hindi ka kain kasi hindi ka gutom, bored ka lang. Okay? This is also a nice thing to do if you have eating problems or if you cannot control your desire to eat. No? Keep an emotional eating diary. Every time you overeat or feel compelled to eat your comfort food, so keep a diary. Ano ba yung kinain mo? Or ano ba yung nasa mind mo na gusto mong kainin? stressed ako kanina, ay stressed ako ngayon, for example. I want to eat ganito. So, I'll write it down, no? Para naaalala mo kung ano yung pumapasok sa mind mo whenever you are stressed. Of course, you have to know why you are upset or why you are stressed. Why do you have that kind of emotion? No? Know what happened. Ano yung event or ano yung sino yung person or ano yung trigger. Okay? And how you felt before you eat. So isusulat mo din yun sa diary. Anong feeling mo before ka kumain? Actually, upset lang ako kanina kasi hindi natuloy yung lakad namin. What you felt as you were eating. While you are eating, ano yung feeling mo? Yung feeling mo, eto na naman, kumain na naman ako, hindi ko na naman siya na-resist, di ba? Meron kang feeling of guilt or feeling of shame, no? Para kang powerless na hindi ko siya kayang i-control na hindi kumain. No? And how you felt afterward. So, minsan parang kumain ka na halfway na realize mo, ayoko na, hindi na ako kakain. No? Parang meron kang feelings din during eating and after eating na pabalik-balik siya. That is reminding you na parang hindi ka actually gutom, no? Upset ka lang. So, these are some emotions that I have listed. Halimbawa, depressed ka or lonely. No? Call someone or talk to someone. Play with your pet or go outside. Of course, pray. When you're anxious, pwede kang mag-brisk walking, deep breathing exercises para ma-relax. No? Listen to soft music and pray. When you're exhausted, have a warm bath. You sleep, you rest, have a cup of tea. No? You can read a book if you like. And when you're bored, you can read a book, you can play instruments, you can walk outside, go swimming. And in all of this, of course, hindi natin talaga minawala yung prayer. So ito yung pwede mong gawin na parang plan mo na whenever you are tempted to grab on your comfort food which is unhealthy, which will add to your blood sugar, which will add to your cholesterol, which will add to your fatty liver, approach mo muna dun sa mga strategies na nakalist mo para ma-delay mo siya. No? Para ma-fight off mo yung feeling na yan. Okay? So, develop your emotional intelligence skills. You have a lifetime. Yung difference kasi ng IQ sa EQ, yung IQ nagpipeak siya when you are 19 years old. Okay? Dun yung peak niya. While yung emotional intelligence, wala siyang age, no? Hindi siya age dependent. You have a lifetime to learn it, no? Pwede siyang ituro sa iyo. You can learn it by experience. Pwedeng nabasa mo siya or pwedeng pina-practice mo siya. Pay attention to your feelings and your emotions. Yung self-awareness mo, ito yung cornerstone ng EI. Okay? So, dapat aware ka sa mga emotions mo before you can address it. You have to know the problem para ma-solve mo siya. Okay? So, emotional self-awareness includes recognizing and understanding one's own emotions. Sabi nga ni Tita, oh my God, don't judge, don't explain. Just recognize them and understand them. Bakit ako excited? No? Bakit ako malungkot? I'm angry. Bakit? Bakit ako angry? No? I'm surprised. No? Why am I surprised? I'm happy. No? Maraming mga emotions na nararamdaman mo throughout the day and most of the time neglected sila. Hindi lang natin sila pinapansin. Self-regard is another skill in emotional intelligence. No? It is respecting oneself while understanding and accepting one's strengths and weaknesses. Okay. Of course, lahat tayo, we have our own strengths. We have our own weaknesses. No? And of course, you have to identify them. Doc, I'm good with writing but I'm not good with talking. May mga ganun. No? Or ako, Doc, magaling ako, creative ako pag may mga, pero ayokong nag-a-analyze. No? Some people, magaling silang mag-isip, hindi sila magaling gumawa. Meron namang magaling na mga they are good workers. No? So, pag alam mo yung mga strength mo, use your strength to overcome no, yung mga stressors mo, yung stress mo, yung mga emotions mo, use your strength to deal with them. Kung weak ka, yung pag na-identify mo yung weakness mo, kung saan ka weak, ask help. Okay? do something about that weakness. No? For example, Doc, I don't really like speaking sa public. Start talking to friends. Tatlo. Or pwede kang i-video mo yung self mo, practice kang magsalita. No? And it takes time. It takes time that you become comfortable talking to many people. But it's not impossible. So kung saan ka weak, you seek help. You make ways. You find ways to improve your weaknesses. Self-actualization, the willingness to persistently try to improve oneself and engage in the pursuit of personally relevant and meaningful objectives that lead to a rich and enjoyable life. So ano ba yung goal mo? What are you trying to improve sa self mo? Dok, gusto ko lang talaga, Dok, gusto ko, I want to be fit. I want to be healthier. No? I want to be like my 26-year-old self noon na active, na, na hindi madaling napapagod. No? But you have that energy, no? Sa daily living mo. But ito yung importante actually is that you continue to work on it. Be persistent on working on it. Yung self-actualization kasi ito na yung point na yung na-achieve mo na yung goal mo. So if yung goal mo to have a healthy lifestyle, to have a healthy body, continue doing it. Start doing small steps. Just by avoiding fast food, okay, try ko ngayong month hindi muna ako magfa-fast food. Okay. Try adding fruits to your sa table nyo every meal. Try introducing vegetables sa table nyo. And after several months, several weeks, several months, a year, you will not realize it na na-achieve mo na siya. Dok, okay na yung sugar namin, pati ng mama ko. Okay na yung blood pressure namin, Dok. Even the kids actually adapted to a healthier diet. No? So they become um, more positive about life. No? Ito yung feeling nila, parang sabi nga nila, parang pag weight loss yung program nila, pag na-achieve na nila yung yung desired weight nila, para daw silang nananalo sa loto. Of course, kami din as the Holistic MD team na nagsusupport, especially dun sa nagwe-weight loss, we know that it's not easy. Pag naglo-lose weight na sila, grabe yung joy, grabe yung parang we are more motivated to improve on our services and do our best. Problem solving is another skill. It is the ability to find solutions to the problems in situations where emotions are involved. No? So, importante tanungin mo muna why, when, what, where, no, how. No, how these problems occur, why this problem occurred, when did this problem occur, what is the problem, and then you brainstorm, and then you weigh the pros and the cons. Kung ito yung gagawin natin, what will happen? If ito yung gagawin natin, what are the consequences? What are the good and the bad effects of our decisions? No? And then tuning. No? Tignan natin kung if this is effective. Okay? So we just don't dive into solving the problem. There's a proper process in solving these problems. Stress management, ito yung kailangan natin ngayon. There's a lot of people na stressed ngayon for many reasons. Number one, yung COVID. Number two, yung mga nagkakasakit, no? Yung walang trabaho, yung mga modules. Ang daming mga reasons why we are stressed now. And stress management is really a skill. This is how well we can cope with our emotions associated with change and unfamiliar and unpredictable circumstances. Yes, COVID is very unpredictable. We don't even know kailan talaga siya magno-normal or magno-normalize pa ba tayo. Or are we just gearing towards living with COVID? And while remaining hopeful about the future and resilient in the face of setbacks and obstacles. Naalala nyo yung time na parang mag-o-open na yung mga lockdowns, parang we look forward to it. And then, here comes yung Delta, lockdown ulit. Diba? Grabe na yung mga setbacks natin, yung mga obstacles natin during that time, no? And true enough, there's a lot of people suffering from um, suffering with their mental health. And that's why ito, yung stress management talaga is a skill. No? It's a skill that we can develop and learn as we go along. When we are stressed, you get rest, no? You exercise, you eat well, you meditate and relax, no? How we wish we can have a vacation kung pwede lang, no? Or pwedeng mini vacation kung saan lang safe and kung saan lang doable. Kahit sa bahay mo, you can declare a vacation, 'di ba? So it's actually uh, just being resilient, no, in the face of adversities. So I like this one. God grant me the serenity to accept things I cannot change. Of course, there's a lot of things that we cannot change. The courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. This is really a very good reminder for all of us. And another skill, stress tolerance, coping with stressful and difficult situations, and believing that one can manage or influence situations in a positive manner. May mga tao na kahit anong stress, parang okay lang sila, no? That they can really deal with stress very well. They can handle even the difficult situations, no? So they have learned it over time, and it's not also impossible for us to develop stress tolerance. Of course, optimism, indicator of one's positive attitude and outlook in life, involves remaining hopeful and resilient despite occasional setbacks. No? Once in a while, may mga setbacks tayo, no? But you can always choose to be optimistic. Look on the bright side, no? Look on the positive side. Kaya nga ito, nag-check siya doon, nag-tick siya doon sa I will instead of I can't. So focus on resilience, accept the challenge, remember your strengths, no? Ito yung mga strengths mo, saan ka strong, saan ka magaling, no? Saan ka nag-excel. Kasi ito yung magiging motivation mo. Ito yung magbibigay sa iyo ng mga ng positive emotions, no? Remember the times na marami kang successful na nagawa. If you can write it down or recall them, that will bring you again positive emotions, no? Ponder on the barriers to current success. Bakit hindi ko ma-achieve yung ganito? I'm on my weight loss journey. Bakit hindi ko siya ma-achieve? So, identify the barriers. Reach out if you need help. There's a lot of options for us to reach out. No? Pwedeng sa church, pwedeng sa workmates natin. We can ask for professional help. No? Of course, for me, still the safest to go is sa church. You can talk to your pastors. You can talk to people that we trust. And of course, to the people who has the wisdom. Yung magbibigay sa'yo ng positive and sound advice, ng correct advice, no? Kasi dangerous din to pag nag-reach out tayo sa wrong persons. Upgrade your stress management activities. Okay? So, you just have to discover more of what lessens your stress and learn more of the things that makes you happy, that makes you feel positive emotions, happiness. So, like for me personally, I really love swimming. Whenever I'm stressed, I'll just go for a swim, have some moments to relax and think and ponder upon things, and it really makes a big difference, no? Yung itong swimming or trekking sa mga falls, sa spring, no, or sa mga bundok, no? So of course where it is safe then, no, yung mga yung hindi matao. And the best thing to do every day talaga to for us to uh, bring out positive emotions, no? Ito yung you practice gratitude. List all your blessings. List all the good things that happened to you that day. List all your blessings for that day. For sure, ang dami-dami nating blessings. And we miss out on recognizing them because we are too overwhelmed with the negative things that are happening around. No? So, itong gratitude, yung iba may naglalagay sila ng gratitude wall or gratitude notebook, no? Or basta anything na pwede mong masulatan that will remind you of your blessings. No? Yung one time I went to the US, yung restroom nila, they have sinusulatan nila yung parang merong glass doon, no, where the employees write their whatever their um blessings are for the day, no. So binasa ko, and while reading it, ang galing, it really makes you smile, and it really makes you feel good after reading, what other people listed there, no. So at least they in that company, they practice gratitude. So, of course, practice a healthy lifestyle. Again, ito yung six pillars ng approach natin to a healthy lifestyle. If you want to achieve a healthy body, if you want your family to be healthy, if you want to live longer, maybe for your children, for your family, for whatever reason, ito yung secret para maging para humaba ang buhay, no. So we just have to use food as medicine, no. We focus more on the plant-based, yung galing sa mga tanim, no, na mga pagkain. We have to exercise, yung recommendation natin 30 minutes every day or 150 minutes per week ng moderate intensity exercise, or kung wala ka talagang exercise, you can start with walking. Okay? Of course, we have discussed that we have to manage our stress, because we know that stress can lead to um, a lot of diseases. Substance abuse, of course, we have to avoid smoking, drinking, and drugs. Sleep, we still have to do our best to achieve 7 to 8 hours sleep every night. There's a lot of lifestyle interventions that can improve your sleep also. If you're interested, you let me know. And of course, ito, social connectedness or relationships. No? Ito ngayon yung medyo nagsasuffer because of the pandemic. No? When there's social distancing, when we can see each other, when there's travel restriction, medyo mahirap ngayon yung connecting, no, physically. So we have to make use of the technology that we have. At least meron na tayo ngayon mga video calls, no. And it means a lot to have this. Okay? So I think, Pastor, that's all for our lecture.
Okay, well, thank you very much, kid Doc. Okay.
Yes.
Uh, Maganda sana kung may time pa tayo for question and answer, ano? Pero
We can
it's
entertain a
past,
few. We can entertain a few, Pastor.
yeah, because it's past 3 o'clock. But anyway, sige, may question po dito, Doc. How would I know? I mean, ano po ang ma-advise nyo if I am desperate? Okay? Kasi daw pag, di ba, pag desperate yung tao, more on too much eating tayo, carbo loading.
Mm-hmm.
Diba? So, ano po ang magandang substitute sa carbo, or how would I how would I still
Para
go on
siyang,
eating, pero
yes.
parang popping up sa ano niya, sa frustration niya.
Yes. So, first of all, gusto kong malaman kung ano yung desperation mo. Ano yung root ng desperation? Are you desperate? Is it about the diet or losing weight, or what's your, are you trying to achieve a certain goal? Ano ba?
Pag-ibig ito.
Pag-ibig.
Pag-ibig ito, kilala ko tong tao eh.
Okay, so anong kinalaman ng carbohydrates doon?
Eh, syempre, desperado, paraging, ano siya, isa to kasi sa mga kaibigan ko sa kabilang chat group.
Okay.
Yung
Sige,
tipong
sige.
pag nag-aaway sila, pag nag-LQ sila, edi kain na lang, inom, ganon.
Okay, okay.
Oh.
Okay, sige.
Or,
So it
or
could be
nag-LQ sila, gano'n.
hindi naman siguro desperate. Baka during that time na upset ka lang when there are conflicts, no? When conflicts arise, 'di ba?
Mm.
So yun nga sabi natin yung emotions natin are related to ano no, nagko-cause siya dun sa yung impact niya sa action, sa thoughts natin and sa actions natin, and it leads to stress eating, no? Emotional eating, no? Yun nga sabi ko, you have to store healthy food. So, carbo, usually yung ano, no, yung mga sweet, like, ito yung mga cakes, no, yung mga ice cream, no. So, maghanap ka ng healthy version nun, no. Merong mga plant-based ice cream, di ka, mag-yogurt ice cream ka na lang, no. Or maybe, gumawa ka ng salad, pero yung salad mo gawa sa fruits, no, mga ganon. And of course, yun nga, you don't indulge in eating immediately. You have to make a plan. Okay, the next time I'm upset, what will I do? Sige, maglakad-lakad muna ako mga 30 minutes. 'Di ba? Kasi pag nag-subside na yung feeling na yun, actually hindi ka naman talaga hungry, upset ka lang, 'di ba? So, siguro hindi siya yung gawin mo na strategy is mag-store ka ng mga healthy na pagkain doon sa kung saan mo tinatago ang food mo. Pero I would advise that you make a good plan the next time this happens. No? Maybe you can talk to a friend for 30 minutes para makalimutan mo yung kain. Maybe you can take a walk and relax muna, inhale, exhale, baka mawala lang yan, mamaya okay ka na, 'di ba? Alam mo minsan kasi Pastor Reelj, yung after nag-subside na yung feeling mo, natatawa ka lang, bakit ginawa mo yun, no? Kasi wala na.
Yan, narinig mo
O,
yan, ha?
at the peak of emotion, irrational na tayo, hindi na tayo nag-iisip. Basta na lang kung ano na lang ginawa mo, 'di ba? Sumabog ka
Correct.
na lang. Oh. Pero after 30 minutes parang kakahiya, bakit ko ginawa 'yun, 'di ba? Kasi you were not thinking at that
Correct,
time,
correct.
no? So I don't think na maging good strategy yung sabi mo mag-carbo loading ka. Yung gawin mo
Inom.
distract, yes, inom, sigarilyo, 'di ba, barkada. So gumawa ka ng plan na the next time it happens, ito yung gagawin ko. Oh, tawagan mo si nung Reelj, kausapin mo for 1 hour para hindi ka iinom, hindi ka kakain ng
Tama.
hindi ka
Manood ng
mag
banding with
kasi yan
Reelj.
talaga sasagot yan. Kaya kang kausapin
Oh,
yan 2 hours. Oo, kaya ka
kayang-kaya
niyang
yan. Si ano nga eh. Ay,
so, yes.
speaking of that.
Mm,
Speaking of that, hello, Basyang. Miss you. Tawag ka minsan. No, for our friends who are asking for the connection kay Doc, I posted here the Facebook page ng Wholistic MD. No? So you can visit the Facebook page of Doc Arleen. Ayan
mm,
sa screens natin, no? Wholistic MD Philippines. Okay? And we would like also to thank some of our friends who are tuning in with us right now. No? Kanina, earlier, yung inaanak ko sa Mindoro. No? Kung gusto niyo pong
kabuntot.
malaman yung mga fatherhood, mga fatherhood tips niya sa kanyang cute little boy,
Mm.
kabuntot. Actually, this is the third child niya. Yung dalawa, puro namatay. Babies pa
Oo.
lang. Oh. So,
Mm.
third child na ito, no? Kabuntot. Then, yung mga mahilig pumangisda, andyan. Coming soon, Ratsada Fishing TV. Ayan, si Jan,
Hello.
nanonood ngayon from Sorsogon. Ayan. And for those na mahilig sa mga relaxing music naman, J. Hudilla
Mhm.
TV po. Ayan. So,
Mhm.
yung mga kaibigan nating to tune in and we help each other promote each other.
Or
Yan.
we might
Okay.
we might want to ask them ano yung topics na gusto nyo. Actually, this one kasi emotional intelligence siya. So
Yes.
it's more of emotions and how to cope
Mm,
with stress. So we can also ano ng Reelj because you said naman talaga kulang ang isang oras, no,
correct.
para
Oh.
magkwento. For sure this is new to you also kasi 'di ba the last time that you listen iba din yung topic.
Iba,
So
yes, correct. Kasi,
yeah, if
uy,
you are interested with other topics like kung mga diseases naman,
ah,
we can also do that, no.
actually, Doc, ang mga topics namin dito sa Banding with Reels are also suggestions coming from our viewers, coming from our
Nice.
friends. Yes.
Sige, let me know. I have a lot of friends and they can give different topics also.
Yes. Actually, ano,
I
yun nga
can,
sabi ko kanina, Doc. Hopefully, you are still free for another session ng puro
yeah,
question and answer portion, no?
yeah.
Because I have here a few questions na sayang hindi natin mapag-uusapan ngayong hapon because we don't have enough time, no? But
Mhm.
anyway, my dear friends, no? For your questions po, wag po kayong mahiya. Just drop your comments or your questions sa comment section po natin. And for those po na bagong bago lang po nag-join sa atin dito, baka naman po no, after the show or while we are discussing for a few more minutes, i-click na lang po nung ano yung watermark dyan sa kilid sa lower screen. So it will direct you to a subscribe. Ayan. And then when you subscribe po, paki-click na lang din po yung bell button para maging updated po kayo no, sa ating mga future episodes natin and future topics natin. No? So,
Mhm.
pag-uusapan po namin ni Doc Arleen after this kung kailan naman po siya pwede para sa ating question and answer portion. And then, i-relate po natin yan siguro relate natin yan, Doc, next time sa ano, sa eating habits natin, no? Kasi we focus on EI ngayong hapon, on emotional
Yes.
intelligence. So
Yan yung
next,
expertise ko.
yes, oo, sa next part, siguro, Doc, ano, sa next part, available ka pa ba, Doc, next week?
Yeah, sige, I'll check my calendar pero parang wala naman akong ano, wala naman
Ayan,
akong
sige. Timing yan kasi ano eh, Holy Week tuloy ako. Ano Holy Week? All Saints Week. All Saints Day.
So
Araw ng mga patay.
ano yung
Oh,
pag-uusapan
araw ng
natin?
mga
Araw ng
patay.
mga patay,
Oh,
Pastor.
araw ng mga patay. Kaya nga sign of the tingyan yun, di ba? Araw ng mga patay, for sure marami tayong mga handa na mga kakanin, di ba?
Tama,
Timing yan. No? Marami tayong mga
tama. Yes.
kakanin na
Mm.
iga, iga-prepare.
Magpapataas
So,
ng blood sugar at cholesterol.
yes, correct. So, malamang siguro
Pwede.
next week, Doc, ano,
Pwede yan.
foods naman tayo, no? Proper foods naman tayo. And then, i-connect natin itong pinag-usapan natin ngayong EI sa food habits naman natin.
Oo. So next time yung gawin ko lang mga 10 slides lang para yung the rest kwento-kwento.
Ayun, yes, mas maganda, Doc. No? Mas maganda, oo. Yan. By the way, my dear friends, no, due to public demand nung nag-forum kami ni na Doc last week, no, pinag-iisipan ko, pinagdadasal ni Doc na baka tanggapin niya yung offer natin na mag-collab sa kanya, magkaroon po tayo ng isang segment na kasama si Doc para tuloy-tuloy po yung ating growing healthy and yung mga
Lifestyle
concerned with
medicine in
health.
the church community.
Yes, ayan. Oo nga, no? Oo, yun.
Yeah.
So, pinag-uusapan, pinag-pray po namin ni Doc yan. So, Doc, would you like to invite our friends to come and visit your Facebook page or, how could they contact you aside from this Facebook page? Yung mga
Yes.
taga-Antique, yung mga taga-Antique pala before I give the floor kay Doc, yung mga taga-Antique, saan si Doc pwedeng pumunta? I think may clinic ka doon sa Antique, dito sa
Yes,
Iloilo.
yes.
Di ba?
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Pastor. It was really a very productive afternoon. Thank you so much for inviting me. This episode really reminds me a lot of Doc Omega, and I can read. Siguro kung tatlo tayo dito, Pastor, I don't
Ay
know
nako,
kung ano ibang level
kukulangin.
siguro ito. No, I just
Kahit 2 oras, kukulangin.
for sure, for sure. So if you have problems with hypertension, diabetes, stroke, kidney diseases, liver diseases, depression, anxiety, and many other non-communicable diseases, please visit our page, Holistic MD Philippines, sa Facebook. And if you want to get in touch with us, you can also reach out to me or to Pastor Reelj. We have special promos for fellow believers. And I'm also giving some lectures to some churches na I have offered, and some are also inviting. More than anything else, I am making myself available to those who really want to achieve a healthy lifestyle, no, especially dun sa food, on what to eat, no. And if you have problems with your weight, one of our programs, yung pinaka-popular program namin at saka in demand ngayon is the weight loss program. This is a doctor guided weight loss program. So just visit our page sa Facebook.
Thank you very much,
Thank
Doc. And po
you.
yung page ni Doc, no?
Yes.
Holistic MD Philippines. Okay?
Yes. Yes.
So, I will not say thank you very much, Doc, but sa
Sa
till next
uulitin.
time, sa uulitin. Okay.
Yes, basta
So, there
ikaw,
you have it. Correct. Sadyaw na niya. Okay, so there you have
Yes.
it, friends. Thank you very much for joining us. So, again po, bago po tayo magbukas, yung mga hindi pa po nakapag-subscribe, baka naman po, andyan lang yung subscribe button natin sa gilid. Okay, and then click the bell button para po maging updated kayo. Okay, so as we will always say, amidst the chaos and the problems of life, never ever give up because God can read each calling here. He sees each heart that's giving cheer. He knows each path that is hard and difficult, but never ever give up because God is always near. And alalahanin ko itong streamer sa likod ko, itong tarpaulin sa likod ko. God says, I loved you yesterday, I love you still, I always have, I always will. Magandang hapon po. Keep safe and God bless us all.
God bless you. Bye.